Hey guys, AdamT here. I know it's been a minute since I last posted, but I'm officially back and I'm bringing you guys a Popsicle Stick Gun tutorial with inspiration from Crazy PT, so I recommend you guys go check him out. Anyways, let's get right into the video and I hope you guys enjoy. Everything you need is on the screen right now, so gather your supplies and follow along with me. It'll also be in the description with a little bit more detail on exactly what you need. To begin, we're going to make the body of our Popsicle Stick Gun. And to do this, we're just going to want to make a extra long popsicle stick. And as you can see, I'm cutting off just the very tip of a popsicle stick. And I'm making sure it's smooth. Now I'm taking a second popsicle stick and cutting it in half. Now with one of these pieces, I'm going to sand it down to make sure that it's flush with the other piece, and we're going to attach it. Now to attach the two popsicle sticks together, I'm cutting one in half, and I'm using that half to measure out the exact same size piece with another popsicle stick, so I have two exactly half pieces. What I'm going to do now is glue it to the body so it attaches to both sides. It makes it very stable. Notice how I'm leaving a little ridge at the very top. This will be for the rubber band once the entire gun is finished. Again, on the other side, leave a small area for the ridge. Now, going to the opposite side of the body, we're going to cut a right triangle, and this is where it will hold the rubber band for when we're shooting it. At this point, we're going to start making the handle to our Popsicle Stick Gun. So what I'm doing now is using my hand as reference to how long I want the handle to be. So of course, when you're doing it, it's going to be different. So just mark where your four fingers end, and that's how long your handle is going to be. Once you've done that, just cut where you marked. And now with another popsicle stick, put it against it and cut again so they're both equal length, and do this 4 times so you get 4 different pieces. Now attaching the handle to the body, you're going to want to put the rounded side of the popsicle stick against it, leaving the flat edge outward. So when you're placing it, go about halfway between the triangle that you cut and top end of the body that's a little bit thicker. And see how there's a small gap there? You could just fill it in with some hot glue and it'll be fine. There's a little piece at the edge. I'm just going to trim it off. You could do the same. Now what I'm doing is reinforcing the middle of the handle. This is going to be very important for when we're making the trigger. Right here I'm reinforcing the bottom. So after measuring out a small piece, I'm going to hot glue it to the very bottom of the handle. For this next part, we're going to pretend we have a makeshift trigger and put a popsicle stick as a placeholder. And the popsicle stick below it is going to be measured exactly how we want it for the handle. And I'm going to cut exactly where I measured. With this small piece, I'm going to place it right below the popsicle stick placeholder. And now hot glue it. And of course, after hot gluing it, we're just gonna sand the area where our trigger will be, and that's where the popsicle stick placeholder was. At this point, I'm attaching the handle, the other side of the handle. As you can see, I made a little mistake. I did snip it off early here. However, when I reattached it, as you can see, I put it on a little bit backwards. Just for when you're making your gun, learn from my mistakes. You got it. And see, because I did that, there was a little edge at the very top. Just snip it off if you do that. And of course, sand it down so it's smooth at the very top. Again, I'm sanding down the handle just so it's smoother when you're holding it. Just do it on all sides of the handle. Finally, we're going to start making the trigger to our popsicle stick gun. This will be the last step here. So what I'm doing is cutting about 1 inch in through a popsicle stick, and that'll be the trigger. At this point, I'm going to take another popsicle stick, and I'm going to cut a little wing. We're going to need 2 of them, so once you cut one, just use another popsicle stick and cut another. The size doesn't have to be exactly perfect yet because you'll sand it down to what it should be once it's attached to the trigger. Now you're going to glue it at the very end of it and do this on both sides. And of course, this is on the rounded edge of the popsicle stick. See, now once that's done, we're going to sand it down, and you'll be doing more sanding once you attach it to the body. At this point, it should smoothly flow within that small chamber that we created earlier. And now we're going to put a little stop at the end of this popsicle stick. So I'm going to cut a very small piece. I'm going to trim it down just a little bit more. And I'm now going to hot glue it at the very end of it right here. And of course, make sure it's center, so when you're pulling it, it's even on both sides. This is what your popsicle stick gun should look like once you're completely finished. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you want more popsicle stick tutorials, consider subscribing to me because I'm going to be coming out with a bunch this entire year.